I believe that friendship is one of the most important gifts that God has given us, and it's so important that we learn how to navigate this, because failure to learn to navigate friendships properly is going to cost us some really great friendships. And in this video, I'm sharing with you how I lost one of my best friends. Welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber and if you're here for the first time, welcome to my channel. My name is Ruth Muntali. I make faith-based content for the youth. So we are talking about everything to do with your life, everything that pertains to life and godliness. We are talking about it here. So youth struggles, your walk with God, fitness, when I get into the financial aspects of things, just, all round help for that youth Christian. That's what I'm here for. So you can call me your internet big sister. So today we are talking about friendship. I think I might get into a series on this. And I think it's just so important. But today, I decided to start with a little bit of story time and one of the greatest lessons I've learned. And this video was inspired by something that happened last night, which I'm going to share with you at the end, right? So for me, friendship has always been a win. I easily make friends. It has a lot to do with my personality. One of the things my friends struggle with is if I leave the city that we're in. For example, we're, in Kharkov, right? And we get close. If I transfer to, let's say, Sumy, I'm going to make very good friends there too. And so that's one of the things my friends would say, how many of us are there? Yeah. So it has a lot to do with my personality. I easily make friends. Maybe with time I've learned how to maintain those friendships, but making friendships for me was very easy. Putting you at a very special place in my heart was very easy. That's just who I am, and it comes to me naturally. But as I've grown, I realize that it's not so easy to just keep making friends, right? You can be acquainted to a number of people, have great just relationships, but that term friend has now begun to mean more to me than it did when I was younger, right? Yeah, so I'm going to be talking about one of my, friends that I lost. We're not friends anymore, but we were very good friends. And if you know me, you might catch who the person is. So a disclaimer, this is no form of bashing or negativity. I'm not that person. If anything, I'm putting myself on blast. I'm the one who is explaining where I went wrong. And I'm also the person that caused the friendship to end. It was 100% my fault and decision. So you get it. So it's more so me. I'm just sharing this to help a number of you guys, right? So yeah, this friend of mine, we're so good. We're gonna I like to use the same name, so let's just call her Trisha, since I use Trisha a lot. Y'all need to pay attention. I'm gonna be doing a giveaway soon. Yeah, so Trisha and I were very good friends, just as good as sisters. I took her just like, my little sister. And we did really well. We got along really fast. We bonded. We looked out for each other. We were there for each other. She was really there for me in very difficult times, like the way a sister would. Very tolerant, very loving, very caring young lady that she was, and I really appreciated it. In hindsight, I begin to see one of the mistakes we made in our friendship is we never had difficult conversations. I think we shied away from them because we're so confident in the depth of our friendship. Like, we believed we can, we won't not talk about. Sorry guys, I needed to stop. My neighbor's kids are being wonderful. Yeah, so what I was trying to say is we never had those moments where we're not talking to each other. Even if we're mad at each other about something, the following morning we're done. Even without a conversation, we just back to, hey girl, good morning, that kind of thing, right? So we didn't have the kind of relationship where we're having fights and we need to sort it out and we need to talk it out. We didn't have that. If we have a little bit of the person that was wrong kind of already figures, that was wrong, I'm being a little bit moody, and then we're just back to normal, right? So when things started going off, in my opinion, I wasn't used to confronting situations, which is something I'm working on now. Even then, I wasn't used to confronting situations, and I had very easy friendships, honestly, very easy friendships that didn't need all this, higgy haga, and they're fixing things. So for me, there was never a need to fix anything, right? Primarily, my love language is acts of service. I didn't know that, but it is. And so that's the love language I'm prone to giving my friends, right? I'm going to be very quick whenever you need help and I recognize that you need it and I can do something about it. I'm doing it. I try to, take the burden off you. Even if, let's say, a friend and I are in the same room and I'm not like the most organized person, but I realize organization means so much to her, I'll try my level best to align to her level of organization so that I'm not a burden, in that area. I'll feel bad like if my friend came, I was in the room and then she has to start cleaning the room or has to start cleaning the dishes and I was at home. You don't have to tell me that again. It will never happen again, for sure. Like, that's me. So in the same sense, I guess I expect acts of service to be given back to me. That's the first thing that would be important. So of course, I think everything was just going well. And I wasn't in a good place. I think it's important for me to put that. I wasn't in a good place emotionally. I had a lot going on. So I think I was super sensitive. And I'm one of those people that if something's wrong with me, if you just ask me what's wrong the first time, I'm not going to answer you. You need to kind of like go in, keep asking. But of course now, that's not a good thing. That's not something anybody should do. If somebody asks, then you should be able to answer. So backstory, I wasn't in a good place emotionally and all that. I had been struggling with a number of things, right? So I just want to give two scenarios that brought up the whole big thing for me. So my friend was organizing a big event for a certain association. So she was the one in charge, very organized person, and she did that. So what had happened was the people that were supposed to do a particular thing did not do it. And so everything just came crumbling down. And she didn't need to ask me to step in, like automatically. I'm in, right? Did a lot of running up and down at odd hours of the night and things like that just to help. I remember that day I ended up, just sleeping for an hour and I had to preach, but that's the kind of person I am. However, the thing that comes with that is I expected reciprocity. I expect that anytime I'm in such a difficult, situation, I don't need to ask you to help me. Right? You just need to step in the way I would step in for you. Right? So I had an event I was organizing and I was so overwhelmed. I had a number of things to do and all that. And guys, I did not ask for help, but I expected that in the same way I kind of just jumped in on the thing you were doing, you jump in on the thing I was doing, right? And so I didn't ask for help. Then I got frustrated. And I remember I was actually in church at the time. And I was saying, no, how can my friend not know that I need help? This and that and that. And, in that case, I don't even think we're really friends. We don't really have the depth of friendship we look like we have. That kind of thing, right? And so in that moment, guys, I decided I'm done. The event turned out to be successful. I don't think my friend would ever even notice what had happened that day because I acted normal. But in my mind, I was done. And from that moment, little things, like things that are not even that important, began to annoy me, like began to cement the decision I had made. The thing with me is I don't make decisions there and then. Like, I don't make a decision and decide, like, I'm done. I make it in my head without telling you. Then my actions are going to begin to tell you with time, which is wrong, right? And so from that moment, things just started going south. Like on my part, I just became very quiet. I wasn't talking until I completely stopped talking, right? And that was wrong. That was very wrong. Judging someone based on your strengths is very unfair because this person had strengths that I could never measure up to. She was there for me in a way I probably would never even be there for somebody else. Like I didn't have the capacity in that time. And she's also a very helpful person. All I needed to do was ask for help and I did not. And that is how I lost that friendship, guys. Till date, it is lost. it is gone. And not having a conversation led to so many assumptions. I'm sure my friend assumed the friendship broke for other reasons, and that wasn't it. But because I wasn't ready to communicate, the person could just as well go with their assumptions, right? Because I refused to communicate. And when we did have a conversation, I wasn't open and transparent enough to share. The environment then didn't feel safe. So I didn't feel safe enough to be honest. And I just moved on with it, with my pride, and I was just done until like a year later, guys, when I was watching a video of a mom and a daughter kind of having therapy with a therapist. And then I looked at the two sides of the story, and then I was like, wait, I could be here with this side of the story of how, you know, she hurt me, and she's also at her side of the story of how I hurt her. And that's how I decided to reach out. And listening to her side of the story, I realized, wow, I really did hurt you. While on my side, I was like, you really did hurt me. And see, that's the importance of a conversation. So today's video, I'm just encouraging you to start having difficult conversations, especially with people you call friends, over something small, whatever. Talk with grace, but have that conversation. And most importantly, ask for help. I think friendship can be a little bit a shadow of marriage. You know, when you're listening, I don't know what y'all doing with your time. But when I'm watching a lot of these videos to do with, you know, marriage and whatever, they really emphasize on how important it is to communicate with your partner. Like, your partner is not a mind reader. And women, we are like that. We think that a spouse will be a mind reader. We think our friends will be a mind reader. They should be able to tell that I'm not okay. They should come talk to me. And that's not okay. We don't like to ask for help, but we expect help, right? So ask for help from your friends. Ask for help. If they don't come in, just say, hey girl, can you help me with this? So what made me do this video yesterday? As you know, I'm living with one of my best friends, the CEO, apparently the vice president, as she likes to call herself, of this channel, right? So we went out to do a little bit of grooming, get our nails done. Well, she got her nails done. I haven't gotten mine done. If school is not opening, I'm getting these nails done. But I got my lashes done though. And we came home a little bit late. We're hungry. So I have kitchen strength. I plan what we're eating. I get straight to cook. Like, I'm that kind of person, and I'll be so fast. So yesterday I was so hungry, of course, and I was been saying, oh, today's not the day to cook. Like, I just wish we'd get home and find ready-made food. Like, it would be so good, right? So we got home. She had some very important phone calls to attend to, and of course I got cooking, right? And so I'm cooking, and before that, somebody had gotten on my nerves. So I was already a little bit irritated, right? Yeah, I think it's important to put that there. So I was there cooking. She was done with her phone call. So she came and she decided, oh, we sometimes eat different stuff because fit fam. Yeah, so I already had some brown rice and all that. Then she's like, oh, should just work on some leftover spaghetti and maybe mix it with the rice, right? Yeah, so I was making a gizzard sauce. So in that moment, obviously I was tired. I didn't want to do everything. And I just expected her to automatically know that she should either get into chopping something or make the salad, because we usually have a salad with that. So there I was. I'm like, sweetheart, make yourself useful. This is in my head. Like, do this thing. And she was just there, you know, attending to what she was attending to. Not that it wasn't important. And there I was having a whole conversation in my head, guys. And I was just getting frustrated because I was already irritated, right? So the Holy Spirit just interrupts me and he says, ask for help. And I'm like, He said, yeah, just ask for help. What do you need done? I said, I need the salad. And he said, ask for help. So I said, hey sis, can you do the salad, please? And she's like, oh, sure. Like, with so much ease and speed. And so she did the salad. And guys, immediately that thing that was already rising in me left. And I'm like, wow. And I was like, I have to share this with you guys. So sometimes, yeah, we're losing friendships and we're getting angry over things that really don't count, when it's just a help asking a help away from being fixed. And so at that moment, I realized that I really need to do better with communication. My sister is an awesome communicator, very terrific. I love that about her. No kind of difficult conversation phases her. If she even feels I'm in a bad mood, she's confronting me there and then, hey, are you okay? What's going on? I, on the other hand, will watch you, and then if you over push it, then I'll come in, right? But I'm just beginning to see how important conversations are. So today's lesson is learn to have difficult conversations with your friends, with family, with people that are so important to you. If they hurt you, talk about it in a very good way. And secondly, learn to communicate your expectations from friendship, from family, instead of just being silently expectant. If you need your friends to check on you more, you feel like you're the one making more effort, tell them, friend, like, you're not checking on me. You don't text. I'm always texting, and I'm beginning to feel like I'm just putting in the effort all by myself. I'm beginning to feel like this is a little bit forced. I would really appreciate it if you do this better, right, friend? I'd appreciate if you do this. Like, let's communicate our feelings. Let's be adults. Let's be adults. I appreciate it. One of my babies also reached out to me because the person thought I wasn't being supportive, and they just wrote to me and said, I don't feel you're being supportive of this. And I was like, wow, because I know the person is exactly like me. We don't like to communicate our feelings. And the person was like, our relationship is so important. So the person knew they had to reach out and tell me how they feel. You see, that's what we need. If you feel your friends are not being there for you, they're not being supportive of you, you need help, say it. Say it. Verbalize. Nobody is a mind reader, and sometimes they could be going through a lot of stuff by themselves. Like, as I spoke with the friend that I lost, she was like, I also had a lot of stuff going on. She may not be like me, who wears my emotions on my sleeves. You can tell that I'm going through something hard, but she was also going through something hard. And because I didn't communicate, I was thinking I'm the one going through this very hard thing, and you know, this and that and that. And so that's what happens. So verbalize those things. If you feel, a friend, a sibling, a parent, talk to them, talk in love, and let them know. And don't be like, don't come accusing them like you're not there for me. Say things like, I don't feel like you're there for me. Like, this is how I'm feeling. Okay, I don't feel cared for. That kind of thing. Don't say, you don't care anymore. You're already just starting a fire, boo. Like, the their defenses are gonna go up because you're accusing them, and maybe that's not true. There could be a hard time. So start with things like, this is how I feel. I feel this way, right? So yeah, that's our video today. Do stay tuned. I definitely will get into a friendship series soon, and you're going to see my friend. Of course, you're going to see Matilda. We're going to talk about a number of things and just how we've navigated friendship. So yeah, do leave a comment, subscribe if you're new. Premium content is coming your way. And to my returning subscribers, keep watching, keep commenting and liking and sharing with others. So until my next video, it's goodbye and God bless.